Good afternoon, friends. This is Sergey Kromchenko from Los Angeles, California, and Codemify.com online bootcamp. Anyways, today we're going to show you an interview with one of our students from the past, with one of our worst students from the past, the guy who took our course 3 damn times. Can you imagine it? The guy who paid for the course 3 times, second and third time he paid half because you guys all get a discount if you study one more time, but regardless. That guy is quite awesome. He's a professional soccer player from Dynamo Kiev. If you guys are aware of that team, it's like one of the best teams in Ukraine. Actually, the best one right now. Regardless, his nickname is Sexy. He doesn't know about it. He's gonna laugh when he's gonna hear it. I'm not going to say why he has that nickname, but he's a sexy Vadim. Regardless, let's jump into our interview because you guys are gonna love it since he will share a lot of details of his actual work, of his interview process about whenever he was getting his last job, so you guys could learn not only how to get a job, but also what are you going to do while you have a job and how are you going to grow, because he's one of our first students who is slowly getting into development while he is a QA. Anyways, let's get into the video. You're gonna love it. Hey Vadim, good to see you again, man. Haven't seen you in a while.
Hey Sergey, how are you?
I'm doing great. All right, well, let's just kick it off with your introduction. As always, they ask you during the interview, tell me about yourself. But in this case, just tell us who you are, where you're coming from, what have you done before, how did you get into IT, and then I'll keep asking you hundreds of thousands of questions.
Yeah, that's a good question. Well, originally I'm from Ukraine, so I've been here to the United States for a while, for like about 7 years, 7.5. Originally a soccer guy. Well, we call it
Soccer
football in
guy.
Europe. Yeah, so I've been like I've been playing for a while professionally, but then
Professionally.
but then it's life, and we all encounter some injuries in our life, and it's kind of it was life changing. So I had to like get out of my, I would say, emotional shell and start doing something that would bring me back on the road to to develop myself, to become better. So I
Yeah.
just joined IT world. I have some friends who've been working there for quite a while. So
And by the way, we're going to add video to his friend whose name is Anton, there or there. I don't remember which side it goes, probably that side. But you guys
yeah,
will see a link. Just click on it. You will see a video with his friend Antonio, who was one of our first students. So,
yeah, that guy is great. That guy is great. Yeah. So actually, he was one of the first guys who like introduced me to the IT world, and kind of hooked me on that. So I started doing some research. Yeah, and then I came up to Sergi, so I decided to start. And it's been quite a bumpy road because at that time, I still had expectations that I could still make it professionally, like more deeper into soccer, but yeah, so I took a first course, which was like,
sorry, let me interrupt you for a second. I apologize for interruption. Let's come back to your professional career before you joined our school. Which team did you play for professionally?
I played for Dynamo Kiev, and
Dynamo Kiev.
uh,
It's one of the best clubs in Ukraine. It's historically the best club in Ukraine. Lately, it was the second one, but it's just like Real Madrid versus
actually,
Barcelona.
lately it's been the first one.
Oh, I haven't watched
Yeah.
soccer for a while. Jesus Christ. That's a level. That's the level. Say no more.
Yeah, I played a bit for also I played for like youth national teams of Ukraine, and then after I moved
Whoa.
to the United States, first year I had the chance to play for like New York Red Bulls and stuff. Yeah, so
God damn it,
it's
that
been
guy.
fun, yeah, but the injuries, still life changing.
Oh my gosh. So we had we had Olympic gymnasts. Now we have dynamic of soccer players. Geez, who's going to be next? Actually, we had the girl who was the not Olympic, but US swimmer. She was one of the first one in US, and she was also one of the few first ones in Russia a long time ago. We've got quite a sporty team here.
That's true.
All right. let's get into your new professional career. So after playing for a while, after playing soccer for a while, after getting injured, after watching Anton's videos and talking to him, you decided to join our school long time ago. And guys, this guy, I'll be honest, he was the worst student for the first 2 times he went to our school.
Yeah,
And he've taken our school 3 times. He beat the record. Usually, I mean, once in a while, people take it twice because they don't take it seriously for the first time. But at the end of the course, they understand that others have learned a lot and they have skipped a lot because they were busy playing soccer. I don't know, playing around.
Yeah, I also sorry for a little interruption. Also, besides soccer, yeah, I was going to the university, so that was taking quite some effort too, because I was on web development major.
Ooh.
So I have some knowledge of, like, basic websites work. So that actually helped a lot. But again, I was more focused on that than on the courses themselves.
Yeah, probably were focused more on the girls than on the course for the first 2 times, but then he landed for the third time, killed it, literally. That's actually awesome. So do you want to tell us about your experience? Actually, so you said you're going to university, you were also playing soccer for the first 2 times, so probably you just didn't take it seriously enough, right? Or you're just too busy to do everything together?
Yeah, I tried to combine everything at once, but I had I honestly, not gonna lie, I've had like hectic schedule. So like I had to wake up like around 6 a.m. Then we had practices at the end with like around 10 a.m. Then classes at school. Then I come back home, then classes with Sergi, and then final exams at the end of the semester. Yeah, that was just not it.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. Awesome. But then for the third time, what did you feel like?
I felt like I had to do it because I saw how many guys went through and they actually made it, and I was like, what, am I worse than these guys or what? I could do it, yeah, and I did it.
Yay, killed it. All right. So that was several years ago. Do you still remember what was your last job interview like? And do you want to tell us about the company you're working for right now?
Yeah, this is my second company that I'm working for. So yeah, it's called school.com. It's sort of it's really nice. Let me think how I could explain what we do. So we basically host like courses on our website that we could like introduce to people, or we're like the community where people can join, gather together, talk about whatever, conduct their business, lead their business, again, lead their classes. It can be anything basically.
Interesting. I'll have to take a look. Maybe you guys could be our platform for the future, where we're going to host our lessons and webinars and materials. Awesome. So how was the interview with that company? First of all, how many rounds did you have?
Counting with the I think the last one I had with CEO, yeah, I think it was like around 4 rounds.
4 rounds. That's not 7 like Christina had, but still not bad at all. 4 rounds. Market average is about 3 to 4, so that sounds about right. Cool. You want to tell us? You want to tell us about what was the total people that you went through?
Yeah, the first one was just the recruiter. It was like actually the recruiter reached out to me. I was still working my first company, but then she reached out to me and she like offered me to just take a look at the job description and stuff, and I was like, why not? That's I treat it like a new possible leap up into my career. So I read the job description and then I decided, like, why not? I could go through. So then after I talked to her, a couple of days after, I had to go to the interview with my product manager. That was great. He didn't ask much about my skills. He just asked like general questions about like my previous experience. He actually did ask broadly about like skills and tools that I've used before, but nothing too like in depth about skills, like technical.
Yeah, makes sense. So that was
Yeah,
the first one
good.
was with a recruiter, and with a recruiter, you usually they just ask you about your experience, just so they could learn. Actually, yeah, so they could learn about you a little bit more, right? So they could
Yeah,
transfer the
they just
information.
wrote down like what I've been through, what my experience basically is, just for the record, for the product manager can take a look at it, and decide to proceed or maybe not.
Got it. Then project manager, how long was it an interview with the project manager?
How long? It was around, I would say roughly 30 minutes
30
overall.
minutes. Okay.
Probably less, 20 minutes around that.
So probably first interview 2030, second 2030,
Yeah.
third one probably was the major one with a lot of people, right?
Yeah, actually it was with two people. It was with product manager and my bad, and the software engineer. Yeah, that was a little bit more stressful because the software engineers, it's already, I was expecting them to ask me about more about like in-depth skills. They actually did not ask too much, but they did ask me about how long I've been using Cypress for, what frameworks, if I can make a framework from scratch, the basic one at least, and
That's
all
what we teach our school.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then, by the way, Cypress is also one of the things that we are teaching in the current group right now.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So technical interview, technical question, well, somewhat technical, general technical questions. I would say general verbal technical questions, no assignments at all, right? No challenges.
No assignments. No, there was no assignments yet. And the third one, it was, wow, what was the third one? I think it was with product manager just. Yeah, we were just talking about like how their system works. Actually, did not ask much about me. Rather, they would just talk more about their company, what they're doing, like just explaining. I was really impressed. The company isn't that big, like themselves. It's around like 10 people, 10 to 15 people.
Yeah.
But when I joined the team, we'll go more in depth to that when it comes. Yeah, I'll tell more about the last round of interview, which was the most stressful one because I had to talk literally to everyone. And I joined the Zoom call during the team lunch. So I had to see like everyone. They just literally put like the laptop on the table where they were just sitting eating, and I was like, everyone was staring at me. So I was like, "Damn, this is going to be tough."
Very inconvenient situation.
Yeah, but so I met like some new people, like community manager, like backend engineer, CTO. Yeah, so it was fun. But then after the lunch, I had to jump in on the call with everybody. So everybody was questioning me with the CEO at the end.
Ooh, nice.
That was fun.
That's cool. That's cool. Awesome. So you went through an interview, you got an offer, you signed up, and then you started. Were you the first QA in the company, or did they have other QAs as well?
Yeah, they had the QA guy before me, so I'm the second one.
Did the guy leave before you joined, or was he in the company?
No, he was in the company. Yeah.
Oh, you just didn't have an interview with him because he probably was on vacation or something?
No, he actually, my bad. He actually took a part of the last interview where.
There we go.
So I'll tell you how it was specifically. So first of all, again, I just met with the guys during the lunch. Then after 20 minutes, the lunch ended. I was joining the Google Meet call with product manager, software engineer, and QA. Yeah. And then after that, product manager would just disconnect and I would talk with everybody for a while, for like 20, 30 minutes. They would ask me specifically QA. They were asking me about like Cypress, if I'm familiar with testing IDs with React and stuff. Yeah, which I actually wasn't, because like honestly, React is my first time when I'm working with it and testing IDs. I was like stressing it first because maybe I thought this is something that I had to like, I had to dig in. I had to like, don't get me wrong. It was really hard. So I spent like, I don't know, quite some time to learn about it. Yeah. yeah, that's it. That's about it. About interviews, I think.
That makes sense. So a lot of people gonna be thinking now, I mean, especially people who had no experience with the QA before, like, what is React? What is testing framework? What are test ideas are? I'll quickly explain it to you guys. So React is one of the tools that you can use in order to create user interface, in order to create a website where you can actually see all of those good looking buttons and things. Whenever you click them, something happens. React helps to make it functional. So that's exactly what it's used for. Yeah, and test IDs are pretty much whenever you want to write some code that will go and click buttons instead of you clicking that, you will use some what do you call that? Some hooks. Pretty much you have to say, hey, click on this specific button. So in order to click on it, you're gonna have to create a unique hook, and that's what this guy is doing right now. Actually, you're one of our, actually I think you're our student who's starting doing development, maybe second one who's doing development, some basic development during your QA automation job.
Yeah, at first I thought it was it's something similar to CSS selectors, but it's more, I would say it's even more precise. Like you can mess it up because it's literally in the code. So you just write one piece of the code and then you put that specific piece of the code in your test and you test it. So nothing's gonna change it, unless you do it.
Exactly. Is it difficult to do that? Because a lot of people is going to be like, Jesus Christ, the guy must be super smart if he's doing that.
I'm not going to say it's too difficult, but you got to do some research how to find a specific component of the React where you insert it into, because you got to go through the whole framework. You got to get familiar with the code of your company first. You got to read through the codes, know where the buttons are, where footers and everything basically. Yeah.
All right. Let's give people, sorry for interruption. Let's give people let's use some human language so they would understand. Did anyone help you to learn that, or you had to dig into it on your own?
Yeah, actually someone did. It was my software engineer. We had a call. He went through in depth, basically. It was like a tutorial. He was just going step by step how he would do it first. And then he would give me a little bit different task. It's basically same task, but just different, exercise to do. Yeah. And then I spent some time, obviously, we have our frameworks and local, so we can experiment, Yeah,
makes sense.
I've had some time on that. Yeah. And I think it's a really good skill to have.
Exactly. That's for sure. It's like you're pretty much an ASDAT. You're a software development engineer in test, because you're doing development and you're testing. Yeah, it is basic development, but you're still doing it, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So let's see. You're doing development, some development as the test automation engineer. What's your title? Is it a QA engineer, automation engineer?
Yeah, QA automation engineer. Actually, we do a lot of manual testing as well, because honestly, you can't do automation without manual. You always got to test it manual first. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Awesome. Well, very simple language. Are you happy with what you're doing right now with your job?
I'm very happy. Honestly, this team brought something new into my life. Every team is different and everybody is different, but these guys on this team, they're all on the same wave. And I never felt like I joined someone who I don't know what they're doing or what was the product about. I joined the team and then it just started. I just kept going. I felt like I've been there for a while. Not just like my first day was onboarding. I didn't do much. I just had to set up some basic tools I've had obviously Cypress and all that, but some tools they have their own CLI thing.
Oh my gosh, those technical words.
Yeah, those. Yeah, I don't even remember everything myself, honestly. What is it about? Yeah, and just basically first day. Honestly, first month it was just onboarding. You just had to go through spreadsheet of what you gotta do and stuff. Nothing too hard.
Yeah. Makes sense. Awesome. All right. Well, let me ask you a couple of more questions. So if you would start a course again, what would you do differently now compared
Wow.
to your third time?
I would probably start the course when I was like around 10 years old. That's the only thing. I get on it earlier, way earlier. Yeah, no, I'm just joking. What I would do differently? I would probably invest even a little bit more time than I did. I was doing I was spending a lot of time. I was like doing 5 to 6 hours every day, including weekends, I think. Yeah. But I would spend even more time because it's worth it. It's honestly worth it. When I know how it is. The coding, it's stressful.
Yeah.
Especially, you can, even with just CSS selectors, you can spend like weeks to find one CSS selector, which I did during the course. That was quite some challenge. Yeah. Just invest more time. It's gonna bring you back. It's gonna bring you back what you want.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So, as the ex-soccer player, have you ever had a doubt that QA or coding will be something that you will enjoy? Because a lot of actually people have a doubt because they are very active in the life, like me. I'm doing gymnastics. I'm here. I'm jumping with a parachute, diving, scuba diving, etc. Have you ever had a doubt that this is going to be a boring job where you're going to have to sit, wear a glasses like this, and have a back like that because you're going to be watching, you're going to be playing with the computer all day, looking into it like this?
That's a good question. I specifically did not have any doubts because since the childhood, I've always loved working with computers, PC games and stuff, all that. Plus, again, at school, university, I was learning web development, and it was actually very interesting, seeing how you build things and stuff. So I never had that thought that this can be something, as you say, back changing.
Yeah.
No, I never had that. And honestly, that's enjoying work because you basically work from home. You have time to do everything. You have time to work. It's pretty flexible. But again, work is work, and this is my number one priority. So.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Do you remember what was the group size when you were our student? Because that was quite a while ago, and now it's completely different.
I think around. It was at least 15 people. At least 15, I think.
Got it.
Something like that.
Got it. Sounds good. Yeah, now we're about 45, 50 people in a group.
Wow. That's very nice.
Because of the people like you who are getting jobs, who are talking to their friends and saying, "Hey, I've got a job. I'm making 100+K. I'm a single guy."
I'm happy for you, dude. 50 people in the course. That's crazy. Compared to what we were planning with Anton, yeah, that's totally level.
Especially after Anton's video, yeah, we had quite a lot of people joining us.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, any other advice? Any advice that you would give to people who are still thinking, or maybe who are about to start the course?
Any advice? The advice is next, guys. Some of the weeks, and I would say some of the months, will be frustrating. You will be thinking them, why am I doing this? Is this what I want? And you're gonna see those red marks when you do some tests. You're gonna definitely see them, and you're gonna be frustrated. Trust me. I myself, I've had times when my face would change to red color, but and it still is. It still does because I'm still constantly learning. I can't say that I'm like super duper, QA guy. I'm still every day I'm learning something new. So just keep going through. I promise you this is gonna pay off. Because again, I took it three times. First two, I had to drop off basically. I didn't take it more than 1 month, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Even get to automation yet. Yeah. Just ramp through. You're gonna get it. Again, this is gonna be frustrating sometimes. I'm gonna be honest. We'll live in a realistic world. But it's worth it. I promise you, it's worth it. If you go through, and you'll see the results at the end, big results.
Let's go. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Vadim. Nice seeing you again. And let's keep in touch, and let me know as soon as you get more money, as soon as you change your job, as soon as you're going to learn some insane amount of skills or cool technologies, just hit me up. We'll record another video. We'll share it. I'm pretty sure people are going to love you.
Yeah, likewise, Sergey. Thank you very much. It was great to see you. Again, I'm very happy for you that you're doing great with the course. And yeah, Slava Ukraini, guys.
Glory to Ukraine, my man. Glory to the heroes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sergey.
Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big fat thumb up. If you did not, please give me a big fat thumb up and leave a comment below. Tell me why the hell you did not like it. Regardless, I'm very thankful for Vadim to join our interview. It was quite amazing to hear all of his experiences. Our next course starts somewhere by the end of January. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, leave a comment below or message us in a Telegram, join us in Instagram and ask questions there. I'm going to leave all of those links in the description right below this video. Once again, thank you for joining and I'll see you next time.